This is a lava topic. She likes to give us sports. She likes the girls' sports.
I think you're taking care of it.
But lava doesn't care if we follow the sport. If we, she's gonna.
I know she just goes
exactly.
So
She'll
move
fill in
through
all
it.
the blanks
goes
and
deep
be
dive.
with.
I thought we were recording.
We are recording.
Oh.
So I'm just gonna log
I
in.
thought
Hold
she
on.
was ready.
I'm sorry.
Are you ready? 20 seconds start now.
You look like you're in heaven.
10 seconds remaining.
You're not one of those angels. You're the angel who doesn't speak. You know?
3, 2,
That's jacked up.
1. Time's up.
That is so messed up. I thought maybe.
Come on, faster, girl, faster. Hi, and welcome back to Date with the Divas. Thank you for clicking on our video, and since we know you'll enjoy it, please do us a favor and hit on that subscribe button if you haven't already. And while you're at it, we would appreciate if you'd like our video and also hit on that notification bell so you never miss out on our latest videos. So entourage, grab your beverage of choice and let us begin the shenanigans. Ms. Alicia, please.
Yes. So this past weekend, California had a lot to celebrate. The LA Dodgers won the World Series for the second time. Back to back. Giving their props, you know. LA Dodgers, they did it. That's still celebrating. They have a great, stellar team. They celebrated and everything. I know a lot. You guys were all excited about it, but there were just a few people who had some comments afterwards. You know, because you can call them salty. You can call them, you know,
haters.
Right. Because there are a few Major League Baseball fans who are demanding a rule change after the win. So let me just give you a quick highlight of the game real quick. So the Los Angeles bested Toronto. That's who they beat, the Canada Torontos, in 5-4 in Game 7.
It's a thrilling game.
Yes, I heard it was a thrilling game. We
were losing most of the time.
Yes. Dodgers second baseman Miguel Rojas drilled a 1-out game tying home run, ultimately sending the game into extra innings. And that's where everyone shined. Dodgers catcher Will Smith hit the game-winning home run in the top 11th inning before shortstop Mookie Betts closed things out with a game-ending double play in the field. And how do you say this?
Yamamoto.
I was like, I said the tip of my tongue somewhere. Yamamoto, he earned the World Series MVP. So,
and we love him.
Sorry, what?
We love him. He's the best.
Yes. Well-deserved MVP. He pitched a rare complete game in Game 2 victory, then won games 6 and 7 with back-to-back performances. So it's well earned. His whole team admires him, and we're very surprised that he, played in that 7th game and everything. So as I mentioned, they became the first team to win back-to-back title series since the New York Yankees did it back in 2000. Okay. But some of the fans are complaining because they are also the highest payroll in the sport. Now, the Dodgers are known to have 3 Japanese players that they sort of, I guess you can say, poached from other teams, and they paid them a pretty penny. Okay. So one player, Shohei Ohtani, he got a 10-year contract for $700 million over that 10 years. Oh, that's kind of cute. Yoshinobu Yamamoto, he is making $325 million over 12 years with the Dodgers. The deal also includes a $50 million signing bonus. So no matter what happens, he's getting that $50 million basically. The total cost for the Dodgers for their players is over $375 million, including posting fee paid for for his former team, you know. Yes. So the Dodgers won the World Series and they paid top players to be on their team. Would you guys consider that sort of like cheating, besting the system? A couple of fans have sort of wrote, you know, out on X, on, you know, Instagram and things like that, how it just seems unfair that it says, for those who don't know, an all cap systems will, you know, make a ceiling and a floor for range for pay. And it ensures revenue sharing like every other sport, because other sports, I guess, have caps as well. But right now, since there's not a cap, it sort of puts the smaller teams at a disadvantage, you know. What do you guys think, ladies?
It is what it is. I mean, you would do it in football too and things like this. I mean, if you have
that much money though,
if you have the money to get the best, you're gonna pay for the best, and then you're going to, I mean, they seem to attract the good ones because they are the winningest, or it seems like they are the winningest team. So those are going to be the ones that they're going to get. Now, those people that are winners, you know, quote unquote, at the sport, best at the sport, they're going to expect to get paid, you know, top dollar. And so, I mean, I
think the purpose of a cap, though, is to ensure that teams that aren't as wealthy as some of the other teams have a shot at putting a good team together, so that you don't just have the 5 wealthiest teams dominating a sport year after year after year after year, which is what will happen if there's no cap. That's why there's a cap in the NFL and the NBA.
So why isn't there a cap already in baseball?
Good question. I don't know. Host, did you find that out?
I guess
I did find out that there used to be a protest about it some years ago, and you know, it kind of stalled baseball for a little while, but I guess they didn't come to the conclusion of it, and they didn't win on that cap thing, you know. So now the question comes up again about trying to have a cap again. So, you
know, when I saw how much, because the cap for NFL, I believe, was like 250 million per team. And the cap for the NBA is like 150. It's a lot lower. But the Dodgers are spending 350 million. I'm just wondering, when did baseball players start making that kind of money? Like, I was
wondering too. Yeah,
it's a new thing.
Does it have to do with, well, first of all, I'm assuming it has to do with the investors. Who's the investor? Who owns the team if they have the revenue and the capital to actually support that team? That's number one. Number two, also thinking about the fact that, I don't know, because of the fact that the past 2 years that they have won, has that increased sponsorships as well as viewers and people, stewards coming into the game.
These guys before we won.
But I'm just saying that can attribute to the fact they probably were already paying it, but that can, you know, assist in the fact of it. That's the only thing that I can think of, because I know a lot of these things are dictated by the owners. If the owners have the money, the owners have the money. But
by the league, whether or not there's a cap, that's a league decision. It's not going to be up to the owners. I was just wondering if maybe baseball players were never made, because I don't ever remember baseball players making this kind of money before. So maybe it wasn't as much of an issue. I don't know. I'm speculating.
But I think that's what Alava is alluding to. Like, okay, they weren't making, say, I'm just saying, you know, the year of the flood, they were making their $10 or what have you. And they've been making that $10. And all of a sudden they got, oh, wow, you guys are so fantastic. And now they're making more. So they have that much more to give or whatever. And you're at this point where you're slowly creeping, right? Which to me, I think ties into this, having this cap, you know, like, so now you already have a team that's already at, I'm just saying, you know, they're $25 and everybody's still at that 10. Well, how am I going to say, oh no, the cap is going to be at 15? Like, I don't know how does that work? You know, when you have this one that's already all the way up here and you're trying to make it where
it's like it's too late now at this point. We've already got to that high. to that high level. So what are you
I don't
supposed
know.
to do
I'm
now?
just,
Is that what you're
I
saying?
don't know. How
Well,
does that work?
what happens when you go over the cap in the NFL and the NBA has a soft cap. So it's tiered. So if you go this much over, then you get these restrictions. If you go this much over, then you get this level of restrictions. But the NFL, it's a hard cap. So if you go over the cap in the NFL, you can't do any trading. You like they start putting real restrictions on you. Like you got your
Right.
team, now you're done. Now everybody else gets a fair shot at the rest of these great players. So that's what they could do if they put a cap. Let's say they made it 200 million and LA's already far over it. They're like, okay, well,
Yeah.
you're done. You don't get no more players.
Okay, so then
Right,
maybe then that's how they could do it. So that because they're so far, that's why I'm like, because if there's such a
It's
disparity between
a
all the teams,
discrepancy.
yeah, then maybe that's how they could do it to get the LA team to be like, okay, well, y'all just gonna have to sit here for a minute until everybody else, because that's what was my question was how, because you're all there's such a difference. How are
How do
you
you
gonna
make them level at this point? How do you get them level
right.
if you have such a big gap between everyone else?
That's
But
all
thank
they
you,
could
Auntie.
do at this point.
yeah.
Because,
And then so I did look up a little bit. So it's saying that the reason why
Thank
there
you, host.
hasn't been a cap, because there's no agreement between the owners and
Yeah.
the players union, and it
Okay.
seems like the players union doesn't want to implement
Of
one.
course. I mean,
well, of
You
course
know.
they don't. Why would they? Why would they cap themselves?
And so what article on Yahoo and Google say that while owners want a cap to control costs and increase profits, of course, instead of a cap, MLB uses a competitive balance tax or luxury tax on teams that exceed a payroll threshold. But that is not a hard cap because high revenue teams can afford to pay the penalties, like the Dodgers. They can just pay off the penalties basically for violating.
Yeah, I think that happens in the NBA. That's one of the tiers. If you go
Mhm.
past the cap, you have to get taxed.
Yeah.
But like the Lakers, they don't care, you know.
Mhm.
Like you said, they'll pay the tax.
Mhm.
Yeah.
But is it ever a point where they're just like, okay, well, I guess it doesn't matter. Then how do you kind of
But like I said, it
regulate it?
keeps increasing. So if you go this
Yeah.
much over, you get the tax. If you go this much over, now you can't trade anymore.
Okay, so then
So
that's the key point right there is the
yes,
no trading then.
because you could, the thing is, you pay all this money for these players, they get injured through the season. So you have
Yeah.
to have that flexibility to be able to make trades and where you
Right,
put
right,
yourself in a bind.
right.
Yeah,
Because like,
that's what worries me about, like, even though these two men's are great right now, but a 2-year
yes.
contract and a 12-year, I'm like, do
Mhm.
you really expect for them to be top players in year 7, year 8? Like, come on. Like,
Well, don't baseball players have longer shelf lives?
I'm
I
not too
think
sure.
so.
I would
They
think
do.
so. The only thing is depending on the age that they
Mhm.
got there. I
They're
would think.
pretty young. Those the guys she referenced, they're pretty young, especially Otani.
Okay.
Oh,
He's
yeah.
a baby. He doesn't even speak English yet.
Yeah, I know that. And that was one of the things that they said he kind of when he went on the did a little speech, he did a little English in his
He
speech.
did.
Yeah, he
He
did.
did a
But
little English.
some people did say he does speak a little bit of English, but he just still chooses to use an interpreter for his fans and then to make
Oh,
sure
I
that
can
they're
understand that.
Of
understandings, basically.
course.
Yeah.
Especially when he's being interviewed, he wants to be clear and
Yeah, I can
I
understand.
love him so much.
Do you think it's unfair for them to be like paying these international people so high from other areas when we probably got some good homegrown people here or something, you know?
I think it's fine.
Okay.
I think it's fine too, because I'm thinking about other sports where now, like, and you know me, I'm gonna go back to women's soccer. When you have now women's soccer players going to going, going to England and getting paid bank. Because you got 3 or 4 players that are going international to play, so if they can do it, why not? You
Yeah,
got the
our
money.
people go overseas
Yeah,
and
yeah. I mean, they, even with the basketball, for women and men,
Exactly.
they're going overseas and making that money. I mean, do your thing, do your
Yeah.
thing.
Yeah. I just don't think they're worth all of that extra much money. Any sports person, like those extra funds be used towards other things and the state's needs, but
In LA, we love our international players.
Yes, yes. And
We love
speaking
our
of LA loving international players, you know, the unification of all nationalities and everything. Now that the Dodgers have won, of course, President Trump wanted to hop on the winning train, and he tweeted out or X'd out or whatever you want to call it for the new platform, whatever. He said, "Congratulations to the LA Dodgers, a game won by incredible champions. A lesser group of men would have never been able to win that game."
So true.
Right. So many stars made it all happen. All
They
congratulations.
better win. They getting paid.
Right.
They don't always win just because they get paid. Unfortunately,
They better. But I said, if I was an owner, I'd be like, look.
Right. You can't get your money back. You already signed the contract.
That's right. You already signed.
They find a way. This is their money.
Right.
They find a way.
Hurt my toe.
So Trump says, "See you all at the White House." So do you think, with everything that's going on, should the Dodgers go to the White House in typical fashion as tradition?
So better be careful. They may not. They may be going back home.
Hell no. No. I don't think they should go. This year is different than last year. They thought about not going last year. I remember that. But I think
a couple of them did go. Yeah, exactly.
2 players didn't go. But I think this year so much has gone down. First of all, Trump, you don't even like us in LA. Like, aren't we public enemy? We might be number 2 now behind New York, but we've been public enemy number 1 most of his first year. And too much has gone down. No, I think it would be a terrible look for the Dodgers. And I think it would be a slap in the face. I don't know how many Dodger games you guys have been to. It is very, very DEI. It is very diverse.
I was gonna say that. It's gonna join you in that. I was gonna say they have a huge Hispanic, Latino
fan base.
That would be a slap in the face to their fan base. I mean, from that perspective, just regardless, it's just they should just respectfully decline.
But on the other side, it's tradition. It's a known thing of like any time you win a championship, you have to go to the White House. You know, you
don't have to.
No, that's true. You don't have to. I guess
you have a choice. You have a choice. They do not have to. Or a lot of their players won't go, and then it could be. I mean, I could see more of their players not going, but I could see it be causing a divide. I mean, I can't see the organization itself supporting it.
And the organization gave money to the families that were impacted by some of the deportation. I think they gave $1 million.
Oh, cool.
Might have been a little bit more.
That would be, kind of talking out of both sides of your.
Exactly.
Like, what are we doing here? And you guys all met the president and went to the White House last year. So,
Right. You don't need to go again, right?
You don't need to go again.
Right. Right. He hasn't changed. He looks the same.
Same house.
Right. Joe, you have anything? Or are you like,
I have nothing.
This is the quietest Joe has ever been in history, but all right.
Do you not have an opinion, Joe?
Opinion about
She's
what?
not a baseball fan like that.
About whether the Los Angeles Dodgers should go to the White House to shake the hand of the president.
It makes no difference to me. I'm not like a fan like that, so I'm not. It's do your thing. I'm not a fan like that, so.
Beyond being a fan, though, I think it's about the representation of the city and what we believe, what we stand for. I feel like it's more on that level than being a fan of the Dodgers. Like, you represent the city you play for.
Right. And don't let Joe fool you, because she sure was celebrating the win of the Dodgers, like she, cared about the team and everything.
Don't say that
at the bars too.
Don't say that. Don't say that. Just because I was like, ooh, I was just like, hey. I didn't watch a game. I didn't know what was going on until people.
You didn't watch one game?
About it. No, I did not. I'm not a fan like that.
She don't watch sports like that. She probably clapped like this.
I told you guys before in one of our videos, I went to a baseball game in Boston because that's where I was. You go to the Fenway, I think it's Fenway because that's what hey, that's a bucket list thing. But I mean, yeah.
That's not, yeah, sports are not her thing
I see.
at
I
all,
see.
at all. I think back in the day, we've gone to a couple of games and she might have just sat there and just powdered her
All
nose.
right. It's not about me, y'all.
That's the best place to meet somebody too, is at a certain game.
For sure. For
Shoot, all the
sure.
baseball players are fit
And
on the
that's why
Dodgers.
you all are
Okay?
married.
That's true.
You didn't say it was the best place to get married. She just said meet somebody, Joe. Cool your jet.
Right.
All right.
All right, Entourage, let us know what you guys think. Did you watch the Dodgers game versus Toronto? Are you excited that they won? Let us know your opinions about the salary cap. Shoot, do you wish you can get in on it or what? Like, that's not trying to figure out all this extra money lying around LA somewhere, but
Magic Johnson is an owner of the
oh,
Dodgers.
is he? Oh, okay, he's one of the owners, yeah.
Smart.
Right. Let us know what you think. Should we watch some more sports? Let us know. What are your favorite teams? Maybe we can start rocking that around, hit the like button, subscribe, and we'll see you next week.
Bye.